Here's a psychology fact you're not ready for. People don't hate Indians. They hate the stereotypes their brain created for them. Most people never think about this, but the hate Indians get, especially online, rarely comes from real interactions, real cultural understanding, or real experience. It comes from cognitive shortcuts. Psychologists call this scheme a bias, and it affects every single one of us. Your brain builds a quick idea of a group based on tiny fragments of information. A meme, a joke, a viral video, a stereotype, and then it exaggerates it until it becomes the default truth. Once that happens, people judge millions of individuals through the lens of one loud stereotype. But here's where it gets even worse. Psychology says humans don't actually hate groups they understand. They hate the ones they misunderstand. And when a culture is big, diverse, loud, or simply different from what someone is used to, the brain jumps to the easiest explanation. Jokes, stereotypes, assumptions, exaggerated stories. Hate is rarely about Indians. It's about a person projecting their insecurities, their frustrations, or their ignorance onto the easiest target. And online, people don't need a reason to hate. They only need an audience. And this next part explains why the hate spreads so fast. This all happens because your brain is obsessed with patterns. If you see a few negative clips or a few viral stereotypes, your brain connects the dots, even if the dots don't belong together. This is called the availability heuristic. Your brain believes what it remembers most easily, not what's actually true. Now add in social media, where the algorithm pushes whatever gets the strongest reaction, and unfortunately, negativity spreads faster than truth. Stereotypes get clicks, hate gets comments, controversy gets reach, and suddenly millions of people are forming opinions about a culture of over 1 billion people, from 10-second memes. But it goes deeper. There's also in-group bias, the instinct to trust people who look like you, talk like you, or share your background. When someone sees a culture that's different in language, appearance, or behavior, their brain labels it as other. The more other something feels, the easier it becomes to mock, judge, and misunderstand. Then there's projection, a painful psychological defense. People who feel insecure, unsuccessful, or unnoticed often target groups that stand out. Indian students, engineers, and professionals are often highly present in global spaces. Academia, tech, business. For some people, that triggers envy, and envy disguised as jokes becomes prejudice. Finally, there's the spotlight effect. If one person from a group does something wrong, people act like the entire culture is responsible. One bad example becomes the template for millions. It's unfair, but it's how a lazy brain works. If that made you uncomfortable, good. It means you're finally realizing how many stereotypes you've absorbed without even noticing. So how do we break this? Start with this one rule. Judge behavior, not nationality. Before believing a stereotype, ask yourself, do I know this from real experience or from repetition? Because stereotypes aren't formed by truth. They're formed by convenience. The more you expose yourself to real people, real culture, real stories, the less space hate has to grow. The next time you hear someone hating Indians, ask them one question. Do you know the culture or just the stereotype?